Navigating through the energies of New Earth is not an easy process and can become extremely overwhelming at times. As we all ascend into higher frequencies, we're all being guided to embrace our own unique divine pathway, a pathway created in the vibration of love. Join Vibe Nation radio host, international psychic medium Carrie Turcotte, as she guides her listeners to rediscover themselves by accessing the keys of knowledge that already exist within. Each week's show is divinely orchestrated to intertwine with the universal energies, allowing the listeners to go deeper within and understand the message being shared even greater. When you live in the frequency of love, there is no competition, so Carrie will be joined regularly by fellow soul family members who will bring forth wisdom and knowledge she knows should be shared on a global level. At the end of each show, Carrie will tap into the energies of the listeners to see what message Spirit wants to share with all those listening in for the upcoming week. If you really want to get to know who you truly are, come and join us now on Vibe Nation Radio, here on the IOM Radio Network.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to another edition of Vibe Nation Radio. And today's show is being called Expect the Unexpected, and that is simply because Chris Anderson, who was supposed to be on today's show with Charting the Tides of Life, something came up unexpectedly, so he is going to be joining us next week on April 3rd. So I thought, how are we going to do this? What are we going to do? And, of course, you know, this is what Vibe Nation Radio is all about. It's about living in the moment and embracing this divine journey that we all are on. And when you're in the moment, you're available, right? So it's almost like with what's happened with this show is that I got the message only about 90 minutes ago. And, you know, with me having so much little orange in me, I don't turn around and spin out of control. You know, when you think of the colors of the personality traits, I'll just give those a good laugh, is that, you know, if you've got a lot of gold in you, you probably would have got out your checklist or your phone, you know, your phone list. Who can I call? What am I going to do? And, you know, really starting to, you know, get in to figure out how am I going to figure this out. Then the green's going to analyze it to death. You know, start, oh my gosh, if I talk about this, what am I going to talk about? And how am I going to go deeper and blah, 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 blah. Then the blue would probably cry because they're just emotional, going, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And then there's the orange. They're almost like the chaos monkeys. It's like, you know what, let's just go with the flow. And know that, you know, the universe right now is really testing every single one of us. And how much are you truly embracing the moment or living in the moment or living life like a sunset? You know, like stop and think about that for a moment. Are you living life like a sunset? And just enjoying the beauty that it is. You know, so many people are caught up in the rat race. And, you know, I just recently did a 5-hour, 4-part mini-series of the Vibe Report. And it was all about shifting into the frequency of oneness. And Spirit, you know, has really been tough with those. Because if you follow the Vibe Report, there's homework. You know, it's just not that you get a 45 to 55-minute video every, you know, at least once a week. This time, again, it took me 2.5 weeks to put this together, but Spirit wanted to put together a PowerPoint presentation to go with what I was saying, so that it was a lot easier for people to digest what I was talking about, because we are in the new earth. We are in new energies, and the abilities that we have to be able to tap into these energies and bring them into our 3D reality is, you know, you know, this is why they're saying embrace the unknown, expect the unexpected, because beauty is always there. And you just need to see around it. So, you know, going back to the show, it's like, you know, it is what it is. You know, our thoughts are with Chris, and Chris will be back next week. But the show goes on, and it's just like, you know, I know that with the series that I was doing, it was allowing people to understand how we're going into the frequencies of that oneness. And the frequencies of oneness, you know, are in the 5th dimension and above. But we're not living there. We live in a 3D reality. This is a 3D, you know, there's duality, but there's not duality. Where, yes, there's duality, there's you, me, him, them, when you see it. But when you let go of the veil and let go of the illusion, we are all one frequency, and that's about, you know, when you don't look at things of wrong or right or this way or that way, it just is. Okay, because it allows you to raise your vibrations when you just live in the moment and just see everything as oneness. And they're asking people right now to, just look around wherever you are and just observe what is there in front of you. Okay, now close your eyes. Now you'll still probably see the outline of what you were actually just seeing, but they're saying, see this as it's no longer there, it's just the frequencies. Okay, because everything is made out of energy. So if you were to stop a couple of times a day, how long does that take? 30 seconds? Just to observe, close your eyes, and just feel the oneness, knowing that everything is energy, that we are all connected. And, the whole purpose of the Vibe Report, this special mini-series, was to allow people to, let's go a little deeper in what's truly happening here, because we are in the new, and no one's never been here before. So there's not like there's, guidebooks to this is what you're going through. It's like, it's the blind leading the blind, as they were saying in the Vibe Report, that, we need to embrace the unknown because we truly do not know where we're going. And if we've never had the ability to be able to connect with the higher frequency, so fourth dimension and fifth dimension and above, then we truly don't know what magic looks like or what reality looks like when you're currently in those vibrations 100%. Now, again, we live in a 3D reality, so we have this vessel where the soul resides, which has, chakras, it has energy fields, and, so you have to work with that energy within your energy fields in your 3D reality with your physical body. I hope this is making sense to everybody. So, they're just saying that there's so much more going on an energetic level than most people realize. And it takes time. This is a process that we're going through, that we're forever going to be shifting our vibrations while we're living here on Gaia. But it's learning how to navigate through these energies so that you can be of, your highest vibration possible while being here in this physical realm. So, you can't be happy, joy 24/7. Again, we have emotions that come with this physical vessel. And in those vibrations, I always use the Abraham Hicks emotional scale. And I put it out into 3D, 4D, and 5D. So that when you're in those 3D lower vibrations, use this show as an example. Was I going to turn around and start worrying and freaking out and, allowing the monkeys to come in and start to control me because I didn't know what I was going to be talking about on today's show because, expect the unexpected? No. I was just like, okay, you know what? I'm going to allow the channel to take over and say whatever it is that the channel wants to say. And, they were saying, we just did that 2.5 weeks of that mini Vibe Report. So let's just talk a little bit more about this oneness and how, let go of the labels for a moment. Don't put a label on yourself right now. Like, you are just part of the oneness. Okay? And know that you are a unique frequency. And if you are in divine union, or what most people call twin flames, you and twin are one frequency within a frequency residing within two vessels. Okay? So, we're all have our own vibrations, and we need to work with our chakras, with our energy fields, in order to be in alignment with who we truly are. And that also means that we have to rewire the brain. So, many people are having difficulties, shutting down the monkeys. And this is why I've been talking about in this series about the colors. I've been teaching it for over 30 years. And it's about who you truly are on a soul print of, when you think about your energetic field, it would be your emotional and your mental. Okay, so, this is about your brain and how you think. And everyone is every color, but, with myself, I have very, very low goals. My goals, the goal that I have is very powerful. So even though it's the lowest color on the spectrum, it can actually go and bypass all of the other colors in certain situations. Okay, so with the situation of today's radio show, was I sitting here and I was like, was I going to sweat it? A radio show, no, it's talking. That's something Carrie's very good at, which is also very orange. Like if somebody turns around and said, when I was doing this presentation, it took me weeks to do it. That was gold. That was the gold in Carrie that needed to come out So it might have taken Carrie a little bit longer to put it together than somebody who has very high gold. But you know what? At the end of the day, it was they called this the cake. When you think about you're baking a cake, well, that was the PowerPoint presentation. And then they're saying that the channel, or the words that went with this 4-part miniseries, was the icing. So that was them putting the icing on those pictures through the words. And then they were talking about the cherry on top. Well, no one knows this, so I'm sharing it with all those who follow the Vibe Report as well, that last night I was guided to go see the movie The Shack. And this is a movie that I've wanted to see for a while before I started doing this Vibe Report mini special. And I got into the Vibe Report, so obviously I didn't have time to go watch a movie. So last night, after, everything was said and done, I was just like, okay, let's go to the show, my son and I. So we went and saw The Shack. My friends, please take some me time to make the we stronger. It is such a beautiful movie. It was a movie that was the cherry on top of the Vibe Report, because so much of what they were talking about in that movie, I also spoke about in the Vibe Report. So Vibe Report members, there's some more homework for you. Go see the movie The Shack. And it just, if you're not a Vibe Report subscriber, again, go see the movie. This will allow you to see the oneness of all that's in. It's about you are a frequency within the frequency of God, within the frequency of all. And that's why they're saying that. Just close your eyes. When we get back, we're going to go to a caller.
Your conscious lifestyle on steroids. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM. As difficult as it is to believe, there are places in Africa where human traffickers sell albino children and their body parts for use in magic rituals. Humanity Healing International is actively working in Uganda to change this paradigm. The Albino Rescue Project finds albino children who are at risk and places them in safe schools and environments where they can learn and grow free from fear. To learn more or to sponsor a child, visit humanityhealing.org. Humanity Healing is where your heart is.
Have you been searching for a perspective beyond the mainstream? Check it out. Join your hosts Yelito Pascual and Diana Gold Holland on Share International Radio for thought-provoking views behind the news, Sundays at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio. You can also find us at shareontheairradio.org. This may be the message of hope you've been waiting for.
How to be a great dad in 15 seconds. Bike ride, go fish, walk in the park, phone call, milkshake, play catch, picnic, fly a kite, tell jokes, laugh, talk, read a story, tell a story, bumper car, swing set, bowling, pillow fight, cut loose, stay tight. Whew. Because the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Radio, where today's show is called Expect the Unexpected. And we have a caller here. Jennifer, are you there, my dear?
Yes, I'm here.
Hello from Germany. I can hear you.
Okay, great.
How are you doing, my dear?
I'm doing fine, actually. I'm pretty grateful that we're out of that Pisces stuff.
You and me both, my dear. And it's very interesting that for those that are listening in, Jennifer actually does follow the Vibe Report. Did you get a chance to watch the miniseries yet, my dear?
I just started and watched part 1.
Did you? Okay.
Episode 1. Yeah.
Awesome. Are you enjoying their creativity of how they put this together?
Yeah, that was amazing work, really.
Awesome. Well, since you're a Vibe Report subscriber, they're saying, my good old my good old dancing Dave, which is my dad in spirit for those that don't know. He's here with me right now, and his sidekick Bradley. So Jennifer is very aware of who Dave and Bradley are. And Jennifer, they want to ask you about how, right now you're truly allowing that flame within to relight, especially now that we've gone into the new year. We've gone from water energy to fire energy. And they're saying that they would just like you to start to use a little more of your spiritual tools. And there's some new ones that are coming that are going to help you further your vibrations to where you're going, because they're saying that, they're getting the message of that you're vibrating out. But because of past vibrations, there are certain things in the past that you were vibing on that you didn't get. And in some way, that vibration is still connected to what you're vibing on now. Is this making sense?
So I
Hello?
still have, yeah. So you mean I still have a vibration that's vibing something I don't want?
Yeah, you're vibing on. Okay, so it's about. I'm feeling it's with regards to a soul connection that ran dry. Like, it was a connection you had with somebody. It was probably a soulmate relationship, and it's run dry. And Spirit is saying that they want you to take that energy and put it into self. Allow yourself to connect with that oneness, to really vibe on that which you are truly worthy of, knowing that the past is the past and you can break the repeated pattern right now. This pattern that you've been repeating with regards to the situation, they're saying it, you've made the decision to stop it. So they're saying on a vibrational level, make sure your words, your thoughts, and your feelings are in alignment with truly having this soul connection with somebody, knowing that you are worthy of this. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So just know that they're saying just go back to your spiritual toolbox and use some things that you've used in the past, but to enhance them. So when I was talking about how the condo in my head exercise, I don't know if you've got to that episode yet, but there's a part 2 to it now. We want to ensure that our vibrations are of the most recent as possible, because we are in the new. So, in the condo in my head exercise, you might have had someone that you were vibing on for a gemstone because they made this beautiful feeling. Maybe it was the best mental stimulation or brain sex that you ever had. And they're saying now that when you feel wonderful, it doesn't matter what it is. It's just something that just lights up your soul. Bottle that vibration up and use that as the gemstone and let go of the one connected to people in the past, because it doesn't really matter anymore. That vibration got you to where you are today. So start using today's beautiful moments to allow you to vibe into that which you are so worthy of. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. They're saying that there's some closure that, you're starting this new book of life. And there's something that's making you feel very wealthy inside. So I'm not sure if it's a move or if it's an actual new move within a career. But they're saying that, this is making you feel wealthy because there's an imbalance that's happening there. And they're saying it's because you have too many choices. And because of those choices, it pulls you into past. And you're allowing, do you have a lot of green in you, Jennifer?
Oh, yeah. That was the main color.
Okay, so there you go. So you're a very green sister. I wasn't sure if you were. So of course you were, because you're part of our soul family. People in the Vibe Report are green. So they analyze everything to death. So this is why they're saying that, this is about us retraining that brain. So you just got through, episode 1, which is about retraining the brain. So they're saying here that they want you to start to throw out those vibrations of the new tree of life. Where are you going with that self-worth? And again, it's a vibration. It doesn't mean to be attached. This is about living life like a sunset. Don't attach that vibration with, I don't know why they're showing me a car. So here you are, you're looking for a minivan or something like that, and you're vibing on that, but you might turn around and get, a Volkswagen. So they're just trying to say don't get too detailed, because again, we're in the new and we don't know what the new is. We've never experienced it before. So being available, so that means, again, you take 1 foot from the past and 1 foot from the present and put them into the moment, so that you can allow that. It's almost like they're showing me that fountain of love within you to start to flow again, knowing that you are worthy of this connection, that you're worthy of experiencing that true new love again, we've not experienced this before, so they're saying don't use the past. See this as a new beginning and use those little vibrations to say, oh, it felt so good today, that I turned around and you know how this works. Be grateful that Spirit allowed you to get on the show. Dancing Dave and Bradley, let's bring Jennifer in. Let's get her on the show, right? So be grateful for that vibration and allow that to help you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Because whatever they want you to know, Jennifer, that whatever this family vibration that you are healing, okay, so this energy within these frequencies of healing the family is taking place at a DNA level. You need to know that because that message of love that you've been sending out is being heard. Does this make sense?
Mhm. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So they're saying that don't allow that masculine boo-hoo-hoo poor me energy to come out with the feminine. It's the same way, that being very emotional, because that green in you, they're saying, has great power. But don't analyze. There's something that you're not forcing things to take place with, and they're saying it's time for you to make the change to be able to release that. And it doesn't mean you have to say it in a verbal or a 3D type of way. They're saying go in and do your energy work, go into those tools that you have, and allow yourself to truly heal from this situation, knowing that this is truly holding you back from living those vibrations of happy, happy, joy, joy. Okay, they want you to be in that happy, happy, joy, joy vibration. Is this making sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So they're basically saying, Jennifer, that you are going deep within right now. You're going into that soul solitude, and you're aligning with the frequency of who you truly are at a soul level. Okay? That you see that you are a frequency within a frequency. And they're saying that the past has no place to where you are going. So, the justice that you feel inside that you're worthy of is coming because you are embracing the moment, because you are living in the moment. But when you're living in the moment, it's still, because you're not hearing that message of love from that person, that is really what's pulling you back, is it has to do with something that it was a life-altering moment or something took place that they're almost saying that you keep going into that past moment and not hearing what you really wanted to hear from this person. So they're saying they want you to let this go, okay, and understand that love, that message of love, that blue that you so desire, it's just work on that within yourself so that you can be in that vibrational match so that enter your life. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is really a time, they're saying, that you're going deep, Jennifer, and you've been doing your homework. I can hear my dad and Bradley going, she's doing the homework. So, we're going into this oneness frequency next month, like in April. It's huge. That's really what the theme of everything I'm doing now, even the Vibe Nation Radio. We're going into the frequency of oneness, and how are we coming together to be able to create the new? Because it is, we're all walking into something we've never been in before. So it's really a feelings game now. And they say that you understand this. So take the time right now, my dear, because we are going into a drop zone. So if you want to get caught up in the what's happening right here, right now, go to episode 4. That's all about the current stuff. Digest what you just listened in part 1 and go to part 4 and then go back to 2 and 3. Okay, so this will allow you to understand that we're going into these drop zones, but it's beautiful moments because it's not a cluster. So when we go into 3D, the 3D drop, it's going to be easier for you to be able to release that within that 3D vibration that no longer plays any purpose. So that when we go up the next day and shoot up into a 5th dimensional energy, when we go through that, you're going to be able to go up there and recharge the soul at the frequency in which it wants to truly be in alignment with. Okay, and then the next day we drop back down again. So again, let go of whatever it is that is in that 3D vibe. When we shoot back up, recharge yourself again. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so they're saying have fun with this. I can hear my dad laughing. he's saying, listen for the music, knowing that, this is a major life lesson that you're learning right now. And I feel that this has been a long time coming. And that these vibrations are also connected into the frequency of oneness in past lives. You know that correctly, right?
Yeah, I think I had a dream some days ago that seemed to be some snippet from a past life, I think.
Okay, so this is them just validating with you. Don't self-doubt what you just experienced. Okay, that's why they're bringing this up. Right? So, do see look at it as an energetic level. Again, let go of the illusion of what you saw in the illusion we create now and see it as a frequency. What frequency were you dealing with in that past life that needs to be healed, that you're dealing with currently, healing in this lifetime? Knowing that if you heal with it in the physical here and the now, which is where we live, what it will do, it will actually shift the vibration so that past, the vibrations will actually be able to heal as well. Because we're just healing the vibration of the frequency of the soul, right? And the soul is multidimensional. So we can't go in and break free from it because it's part of the soul. We have to heal it. Okay, so they're saying use this knowledge to help you heal that which you're dealing with here and now, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Good. So, big one, enjoy the vibe part, and
yeah, thank you, Carrie.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Free your mind with OMTimes Radio, IOM FM. Have you ever wondered how to change your love paradigm? The secret key is finding a love partnership, not just a regular connection. How do you find these? Through conscious relationships. Ascending Hearts Dating is a dating site for people like you that believes in second chances and a different type of spiritual connection. Try Ascending Hearts for free today at ascendinghearts.com and change your love paradigm. Ascending Hearts, the premier dating community for the spiritually awake.
Evolution is where sexuality and spirituality meets. Join me, clinical sexologist Martha Tara Lee, on Eros Evolution on Thursdays, 4 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio.
When Dad needed help getting around, I became his driver. Soon enough, it was up to me to be his housekeeper and financial manager, too. When he moved in, I became his cook and even his nurse. But no matter what roles I play, I know I'm still his daughter.
We understand the roles you play. So to help, we created aarp.org/caregiving, where you can connect with experts and other caregivers. Visit aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hello, my friends. Back to Vibe Nation Radio, where today we are on the theme of expect the unexpected, and we're just going with the flow of the moment of whatever we're guided to talk about, or if callers are calling in. I do believe we do have another caller here. Danette from St. Louis, is that correct? Are you there?
Hello, yes. Yes, I'm here.
Hi. How are
Hi.
you?
I'm great.
Good.
I just finished lunch, and I was checking my email, and right at 2:00 Central Time, I did receive your email about the show, and expect the unexpected. I thought I need to definitely call. So that's why I'm on, and I'm calling, and I'm here in the moment.
You're here.
Very much.
Hear what Spirit has to say for you. And right now I'm actually talking to my dad and a buddy, Bradley. They're the channel for the Vibe Report. And so just to let you know, they're speaking with me, and it's almost like we're tapping into your energy together. So it's like we're the three amigos, they're saying. And I'm feeling a lot of it. I can do a soul scan, and right now I'm feeling a lot of energy connected to your solar plex, and they're indicating around the right side of it. So it's almost like who am I in the physical is starting to shift. Does that make sense to you?
I think so. In the physical, yes.
Okay. Okay. Do you understand chakras?
Yes.
Okay. So the solar
sure.
plexus, the solar plexus is really where they're putting my energy right now. So they're just basically saying that energetically you've been working on your solar plex, and whatever it is that you are trying to heal to allow yourself to be who you are in the present physical here and now is physically taking place at a cell level. Does that make sense?
Okay, great. Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, so the energy work you've been doing on who am I going to be when I grow up, it's working.
Right. my authentic self, right? That coming.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
And they're saying that right now you're vibing out to the universe that you have a lot of choices, that you can't really see the forest between the trees right now. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
And
there's a lot going on. You're right. Yes.
Okay. They're saying to you that there's a soul connection that is very powerful, and they want to put the energy into talking about this, because they're saying that this soul connection, regardless of who it's with, and it also could be your connection to the higher self or to God or whoever you communicate with, that your vibrations, it's almost like they're saying that you've been given a clean slate and you are now vibing on what you truly desire instead of focusing on what you don't want, where you might have been in that vibration before, because they're saying that your vibrations are in way too many places. You've got 50 things going down in that head of yours, and nothing is truly getting the required time needed to heal, and it's a ripple effect. So they want you to really focus in on how you know that you're going to come home to success with what you're dealing with right now. And it's because you're going deep within with who you are, because your life is in stagnation. And they're saying that, you are in alignment with this rebirth of oneness that everyone is going through, and you have the stability and the foundation to do this. They don't want you to self-doubt this. So they're saying, like, these choices allow the higher self to allow you to feel those choices, to give you the clarity, because you're going to be shifting in vibrations, I'm seeing here. Once you take the one thing that you feel that you're dealing with right now, that you feel the most love for, the most bliss for, and they're saying put a little bit more effort into putting vibrations into that. Because what that will happen is all these other things that you're putting your energy in, a lot of them really don't need your energy, because a lot of them may even not be yours. You're just getting pulled into it because of someone else. And they're saying, so if you put the vibrations into your one situation with that bliss energy, the dynamic trio, you can find that on my website at carrieturcott.com. Just roll over home and go down to Vibrasize. It's the condo in my head exercise, and then below that is the bliss list. So they're saying get that bliss list ready so that you vibe on that, and that becomes a large ripple effect. So all those other things that are in your frequency, you're not putting energy to, it will actually help it. Does that make sense?
I've done that condo in your head exercise before. It's been a little while, but I think when I was in Hawaii, I did that. So yeah.
Okay.
And the soul connection, I mean, I'm feeling that's a possibility. I've really begun the twin flame dynamic path back in April. So that's part of the reason I'm back here, and I feel like I've been on hold here, and there's been a lot of movement toward going back to Hawaii, but it's a matter of time and decisions and choices and all of that. So so everything you're saying is
allow divine timing to work its magic, sweetie. I just talked about this in the Vibe Report.
Right.
We need to get alignment with our own frequency, because we're a frequency within a frequency. So when it comes to twins, there's the yin and the yang, but there's the yin and the yang within you as a frequency, but there's also the yin and yang within you. Okay? And this is about knowing that, this connection is real in a 5D energetic way, but in your 3D reality, the vibrations that you need to align the twin vibration in the physical cannot take place yet, because it's almost like they're saying you don't want to repel. That this is what happens when twins come together, not in frequency, they repel one another and they go another direction because they need to work on self. And they're saying to you that this 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, let it go. Work with your team, knowing there is no 2 steps forward, 3 steps back in the new. We're in the new now. Okay, so this is about you being able to let go of whatever took place, take those beautiful vibrations and let go of whatever happened in the past regarding twins, and know that there's that there's almost a vibration I'm picking up on that somebody was being sneaky or going behind someone's back, or somebody was talking behind somebody's back, or something of that nature. I'm just feeling that energy there. They're saying this needs to flip, but it's feeding from other people within your current reality. So somebody might have been sneaky with you or went behind your back in the past or have done it multiple times, or the same with twin. This is a vibration that the two of you are trying to heal. Does that make sense?
Okay. Sure.
That sneakiness. So you're both feeding that vibration.
There's a little bit of that.
Okay.
There was.
So,
yes, there was.
Okay. So think about that. So here you are, one vibration, and that one vibration is vibing on sneakiness. Someone's going to be sneaky. That's a 3D vibration. Okay? I was talking about Mr. Sneaky before. It comes out
funny.
of So they're saying that heal that, because the reason why sometimes it's more intense for you is because the other side of your frequency, which is twin, is also dealing with that frequency of sneakiness, but in a different situation. But you're still, so when you let go of the illusion that we created and see it as a frequency, you're both feeding that frequency. So they're asking you to see this as that, no, it's not 2 steps forward, 3 steps back because of that sneakiness. Sneakiness doesn't exist in the higher realms, in the higher vibration. So they're saying allow the little girl in you to come out to play, because it is. They're like, woohoo, that little girl in you is ready to come out to play. And that self-worth is very strong with spirit. They just want you to know that. So your self-worth, whatever energy you've been putting in that, my dear, it's having a ripple effect out there to the universe. Okay?
Awesome.
So I can hear them. It's time to put closure to that old book. We're in a new book. We're not in a new chapter. New book. Okay?
Right.
And know, let go of these self-imposed fears that you have, my dear. Okay? Because the self-imposed fears is related to the vibration of not hearing in the physical. And they're saying that again, it's feeding that vibration of receiving messages in past, regardless of what it is, that caused fear. Like you were fearful, and then you got this message, and it was like, oh my gosh. They're saying this is a fear of that vibrations that you want to heal as well, because it's contributing to the delays and frustrations that you're actually dealing with right now.
Yeah, okay? And the third chakra, I've been definitely working on that at a level of putting myself out there and feeling the confidence of putting my true self out there, because there are many situations where I'm not comfortable with doing that. With certain people that I know I will get positive feedback from, I'm totally fine with that. But when it comes to, getting judged, or the judgment thing about that, then that holds me back from really being opening up, and from that level, my authentic self, and that chakra is definitely affected by that. So.
Yes, absolutely, and it's connected to the heart chakra. And they're telling me, I said this earlier in the show, that go see the movie The Shack. Seriously. And it talks about what you were talking about.
I was actually going to go look it up. Yeah, I was thinking I would do that right after the show and check it out. Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
It's beautiful, and it will allow you with that, just because judgment is a big part of the movie. That's what I'm saying. It's such a beautiful spiritual movie.
Yes.
And I feel that the homework that you know that you can enjoy. You're going to be able to see it in a different way. Like I'm going to go back and see it, because to me, it's like one of these movies that every time you watch it, you're going to get something else out of it. And they're saying to you that they really want you're healing the motherly love as well. So whatever motherly issues that you're dealing with, my dear, just know that this is about you finding that love within self, to know that it's ready to heal that. And that's also contributing to your self-imposed fears because of this motherly healing. Is that making sense?
Yeah, I'm actually back at home where I grew up, and I'm staying with my parents. And this has been a very healing time for myself and my mother, so that was perfect.
Okay. So they're just validating.
I just walked out of the house.
See, this is you being in alignment. This is what you're listening to the soul. The soul brought you back there to heal the motherly healing, because you can't move forward into the frequency of oneness to go into mission with twin, because the missions of twins are to come together to bring the wisdom and knowledge that you know, to create magic to help others here on planet Earth shift into the vibrations. But by coming together, the frequencies shift as well, and it starts to unlock soul memories of wisdom and knowledge of the new that you're here to teach. So in order to do that, we have to go through these healing processes. So remember, when it comes to the twin journey, the vibe report, my dear, send me an email. And you know what? I'm just feeling that spirit saying the vibe report, I'm going to give you a membership, a month membership. And you'll have the 5-part mini-series in that because it's exclusive to the Vibe Report subscribers. This mini-series, Shifting into the Frequency of One, I'm not selling it. It's part of the Vibe Report subscribers. So I'm going to give you a membership. Okay. And I want you to understand the power of this oneness, to allow yourself to know that everything is in divine timing. And when the frequencies are in alignment, the two of you will actually come back together. The universe will bring them back. If you're meant to be together, that frequency will align.
And it's funny because I'm not really that impatient about it because I met him in 1990. So I've had plenty of relationships since we originally met, and we're in, So I do hear what you're saying, and I feel that there's been moments where maybe I feel like I'd like to make it go a little faster, but then the realization is, yes, we are in the now, and I need to do what I need to do, and he needs to do what he needs to do. So, God.
Yeah, that's good. You're letting go of the time, the illusion of time. Yes, alignment. Right. Yeah. Time is real in the physicality, but when it comes to the journey, there is no time. So I just feel that this power of oneness is going to really help you, align you with where you're going with your journey. Let's let go of his physical body. His vibration is going to help align. You guys are going to align in frequencies. But again, you're living your reality. He's living his reality. So this is almost like this is allowing you to understand that power within you and that connection you have with higher self, because you're a very powerful soul. You vibrate at a much higher. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome, and send me an email from my website.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Have a great day.
Okay, you too. Thanks so much.
Bringing you the best of the conscious minds in the world. OMTimes Radio, your conscious lifestyle on steroids. Being a radio host on IOM FM allows you to build your show on a rich platform with the power of the internet to fulfill your outreach goals and connect with a very specialized and global online audience, unlimited by time and distance. OMTimes Radio will provide you with web relevance, a recognizable conscious brand, and with the standard of excellence that has accompanied every single OMTimes endeavor. Host your show with OMTimes Radio Network.
Dr. Kevin here, and I want to invite you every Thursday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, to join me on the Dr. Kevin Show, where we have a diversity of guests who help you step outside the box, behind the curtain, and see what a load of crap is going on in the world today, so you have more information with which to make better decisions. We'll see you there. Namaste.
Hello, I'm John Lithgow. Manatees are unique, among the most amazing animals on Earth, but they're endangered. We pose the greatest threat to their survival. Many manatees are killed or injured by boats or other recreational activities. I'm a writer of children's books, including one about manatees, and I believe education is the key. You can be part of the solution. Please contact Save the Manatee Club right now. Call 1-800-432-JOIN. Thank you.
Show has been Expect the Unexpected, and just love how, living in the moment, everything is divinely in order, and I just love the way the show has been going. It's been beautiful, and this is the time in the show where I tap into spirit, and of course we all know they're already here with me. So, this week coming up, people are going to need to make decisions, and they're saying that there's a lot of areas in your life that may be at a standstill, but in actual fact, it's because you're not feeling the wealth within yourself to be able to know that when you feel that self-wealth, this is going to allow you to step into this new that is waiting to come to you. And they're saying people have made decisions that they do want to be available, and that this is about their inner strength and knowing that the boys do not play a part in self-love. Yes, in 3D reality, we have the boys, which is the ego, and, they come in, but they make you stronger if you know how to play the game. And, life is going to speed up, they're saying, because we're really are being rebirthed here. And this is to allow us to bring that balance that the soul is so yearning, in that so many people are not going to conform to this type of living anymore. They're saying that, this is about that sadness that so many people vibe on an ongoing basis, that, their ego comes in and it pulls them into fear, worry, doubt, pain, sorrow, whatever, and then they live there and they're not able to get out of it. And they're saying that this is a cycle that we as society are trying to break, that yes, we are human with emotions and the emotions will kick in, but we don't want to live there. We want to be able to focus more on what we want instead of what we don't want, because most people focus on what they don't want instead of what they do want, and don't realize that, by going into the past and vibrating on that, if you're there for about a minute, that means that you've got about 5 minutes of positive vibrations that you need to do in order to not allow those lower vibrations to become a ripple effect within your life. And again, my friends, that's not easy to do. And how many times you sit there and listen to something or listen to someone or listen to yourself in your head, and it's all negative. Again, it's about reprogramming here. We're reprogramming the brain. And this is, again, they're saying that, make the decision for self this week of, what makes you feel wealthy? What makes you feel, that richness inside? Knowing that that vibration of unconditional love is there for the taking, that we are stepping into the frequency of oneness. And it's going to happen fast. And those that are in alignment with who they are, knowing that they are a frequency within a frequency within the frequency. Again, if you're in a twin relationship, you are one frequency within two souls, like two bodies. So it's the frequency of the soul. But that frequency is connected to the frequency of God, because you, twin, and God have a sacred seal, which means that only you, God, and twin truly know. No one else does, only you. And then there's the frequency of oneness within the oneness of all. Okay, so again, remember earlier I was saying, just look around and see whatever it is that you're looking at, and then close your eyes and see it as energy. And what are you feeling? What are you tapping into? Go outside and check this out. Go in and do this with a tree. Okay, they're saying that, just to have that quiet time to to allow yourself to be part of that frequency is really where we're going. And we have a lot of drop zones happening this week. And what drop zones are to me is where energy shoots from 3D, 5D, 3D, 5D, 3D, 5D, and it's all over the place. And this is the information that I've been channeling. And it's going to be taking place until I believe the 2nd. So, but again, as I mentioned to one of the callers earlier, that this is a good time when the energies shift, to be able to really release that no longer serves your soul any purpose, so that when you shift back out and you shoot up, it's almost like you can rejuvenate yourself. It's like you're plugging yourself back into source, right? So that when you need to go down the next day, whatever you deal with or whatever the universe throws at you, because if you're in the moment, the universe will throw at you that which needs to be healed. So again, you might be jumping from rock to rock to rock to rock this week, but there is a purpose of this. This is about the rebirth that's taking place. And in the Vibe Report mini-series, I was talking about this rebirth. And just, when think about it, to create a physical vessel, there is the yin and yang. That's the masculine and the feminine that creates it. It doesn't matter what that child comes into this world, but that is how it's created. And then we're being birthed into this world as a yin and a yang. And if you are a twin, you are a yin and a yang within a yin and the yang within one frequency. And they're saying that when you're being rebirthed, what happens when you're birthed? You come into this world, you're just looking around, you cry. What happens? You sleep a lot. And think about it, like, just see the self as what's happening right now is we're rebirthing in this new earth. And when you are birthed, you sleep a lot. And guess what? That's what's happening with a lot of people. Listen to what your body is telling you. A lot of people get in vertigo, headaches, and sore throat, sinus issues, stomach issues, you name it. And again, just go a little deeper and look into what chakra do you need to do some healing work with because of your physical elements of what you're dealing with. And, this is about learning this new language that, there's certain things that we are programmed and said, okay, you're wired this way, this is a label, that's a label. And it's almost like we need to let go of the labels of who we are to really find out who we are. And who we truly are at a soul level is a vibration of oneness, which is in the 5th dimensional frequency. So if we're walking into the new and we don't know what this new is, then this is why they're saying just see yourself part of the oneness, because who you are today as that label will shift, right? Again, we've talked about this before in the Vibe Report. Like, who knows that, maybe years from now, that as we go from a carbon-based body to our carbon-based body to our crystalline light being, how do we know that our vessel is not going to start to become a little bit more transparent? You can turn around and you look in the mirror and you see all that is, because we're becoming so much more energy, so that carbon-based illusion of what the body looks like isn't so, 3D-ish. There might be, you can see through it. Again, who knows where we're going? And this is why they're saying, like, just embrace what is happening and be available, knowing that when things happen, how do you navigate through that? Are you going to turn around and allow the monkeys to come out? Are you going to react and flip out? Or are you going to turn around and take a deep breath and say, you know what? It is what it is. And you're going to respond to it. Okay? And when events happen around you, observe them. Don't absorb that energy. So these are just little things, as we're learning again. We're learning that, you have that book. That's why the PowerPoint presentation is there, that when you were learning to read and understand, life, you had books. And Mom would sit down, or Dad, or whoever would sit down and say, here's a cat. C-A-T spells cat. And what does a cat do? Cat meows. Meow. And we're doing the same thing again. We're learning again. So have fun with this and know that, singing, laughing, dancing, painting, creativity is really gets the energy flowing, because we are creative life source energies, and that's what we are. We're creators. We're co-creators. And in order to co-create, you need to be tapped into your creative life source energy, which is the sacral chakra. So, and that sacral chakra will feed all the other chakras, so that it intertwines with your root chakra and building your foundation of who you are in this new, into the solar plexus of who am I? This is who I am in this new, up to, the heart chakra of loving all that is around, seeing the oneness within all, being in that frequency of one, into the throat of speaking your truth, and knowing that by speaking your truth that you are within the oneness, and that opens up, the third eye and the crown. And there's a lot more chakras, but again, I don't get into that, because there's so many different beliefs right now. Some people believe there's 7 chakras, some believe there's 12, some believe there's 13, some believe there's 22, and some believe there's 33. And again, is there wrong or right to any of this? No, it just is. So allow yourself to listen to what your soul is telling you, my friends, that whatever it is that you believe in, believe in that. And if all of a sudden you start to question what you believe because you read something else, stop and ask yourself why. Is this because this person is in alignment with where you're going and they're just opening up that wisdom and knowledge? Or is, your soul saying, go within yourself and ask yourself why? If you have a question, I get questions all the time. What do you think of this? What do you think of that? And my response is always, what do you think? It really has nothing to do with me, right? So stop and ask yourself, why am I thinking this? Or why is this person pulling me in? Again, this is a feeling. You don't want to overdo the brain, especially all those greens in our family. You analyze everything to death. Don't analyze, okay? There is a reason to this madness that we're going through, and we have to retrain that brain to live in 3D reality that we've always lived in. But we need to be able to use the 4D and 5D vibrations and above in this current reality. So again, it's the energies are there. It's not like you're going into a higher dimension or you're reaching up. All these energies are in here. They're here now. They're here for the taking. But where do you align yourself is completely up to you. That is your frequency, and your frequency will align with whatever dimension you are in a vibrational match with. So just remember that this week, my friends, as you're going through and, life throws something at you like today. Just go with the flow and know that there's a reason to everything. And if you're having difficulties finding your way, I have a lot of exercises on my website. Again, it's carrieturcott.com, roll over home, and there's vibrosizes. And I'm going to get a few more up there in the next couple of days because things are shifting. The condo in my head exercise is being updated as well. So there's a second half to the condo in my head. You've got to do the first part. Once you start working with the first part, then the second part kicks in. So these are things to help you because this is your soul journey. I can't do the work for you, but I can help guide you. So I've also got lots of different readings that if you roll over readings, there's all kinds of them. I teamed up with quite a few people for different types of readings. A lot of people just need clarity right now, and I've got that Power of Clarity reading, and it's only $80 Canadian. So, and that's for 30 minutes where I just go in and I tap in and we shake you up and we find out where the healing process needs to take place right now so that you can move forward into this frequency of oneness. So, and if anyone is interested in this mini-series, Shifting into the Frequency of Oneness that I just did, it's almost 5 hours at the Vibe Report. Just roll over Vibe Report subscribers or membership and just go in and get the 1 month membership. Go in and see what it's all about. Have a wonderful week. And next week I'll be back with Chris in Charting the Cards of Life. So between now and then, go with the flow and know that everything is divinely. I love you all. Take care. Bye.